Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the final result of georeferencing should ensure that you have, the appropriate longitude values. If I want to look at the black line there, you can see there's a grid. That grid is supposed to be 0. Okay, so that is where you see the change. As I go to the left of it, it turns negative. To the right, it turns positive. So my image is no longer, like the normal type of imagery anymore. It's now something I can use. Okay. So without other layers that I've put on, which you just drag from the browser XYZ tiles, if you want to do that overlay, you will have a situation like this. You would think it's a picture, but it's not. It's actually a georeference image. It's more useful than one that is not. So have you been able to download the file I just put there? No, I mean,
yes.
you've been able to download it. The link.
Yeah,
the link.
The link. I can only open the link.
You can open it.
Yeah, I went through the link. As for the link, I've gone through it. I see the tutorial, everything, the images and all of that.
No, I just put a link on the page. Have you been able to click the link and download it?
Yes, I did.
The FL West.
Okay.
That one.
Okay, FL. Okay, I'm not downloading
the
it
FL
now.
_ West pound something. See if you can download it.
Okay, I can see you may be offline. Okay, couldn't preview file. Okay, I'm downloading.
Is it downloading?
Download anyway.
Is it downloading?
Yeah. I'm using the PC, so it's going to. Yeah, it's downloading.
So it's saying download anyway. Yes, that's what I'm also seeing over here.
Yeah.
See, so people don't try, and someone is just complaining. Yeah, it's downloading. In fact, I'm also downloading on my phone right now. So I don't know why people are so. It's just laziness. You just don't try. And I mean, seriously speaking, it's downloading for everyone. So Isaiah, if you're able to download, put it on a page that is possible to download it. They're just being lazy. It's downloading and they are there just misbehaving. What can I say? It's downloading. Oh, when you click it, it will be telling you things like open words, and it will be giving you also. But there's a way you go about these things. I mean, this day and age.
Okay, I'm done. I'm downloading.
Yeah, so put it on a page that you have done it, because people are saying it's not possible. There are 2 people saying that.
Oh, should I just copy?
No, it's too big. It's too big. That's why I provided a link. It's too big.
Okay.
So you can, well, I mean, try it. It will tell you it's too big, but you can just try it. Ewa, have you been able to? You're also saying you can't do it. Now, someone else did it. So what do you mean? Kofi?
Sir.
Download it too, because people have done it. Don't be giving excuses.
Okay, so I'm doing it.
So why were you just saying you can't do it? You just didn't try.
Yes, I have downloaded it, but it can't open.
Don't open it. I didn't say open. So please pay attention. As an engineer, don't do things that you've not been asked to do. That's the first one of the things you should know as an engineer to be.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I didn't say go and open it. Did I say that? It's a zip file, so you have to unzip it. If you don't have WinRAR or WinZip, then you are stuck at that point. So we're waiting for you. Hurry up. Anytime you do this thing, it slows everyone down. Hurry up. So we want to do digitizing. I've just explained to Isaiah exactly what we all expected last week. So I'm removing it from the page, and I'm gonna now ask Isaiah, unzip that file that you just downloaded.
Okay.
Unzip it. Then you can drag it onto the page. So if you drag it, you should have, let me see. Kofi, how are you? How far you? Talk to us.
So I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm saying, like, how is the actual, whatever you do, how's it going? Like the whole, have you been able to download it? We are waiting for you to talk to
I
us.
have downloaded it on my phone, so I tried to open it and it's not able to open. So as you told me, I have stopped.
No, so you need to be working on your laptop. So what's the file doing on your phone? You know, Kofi, this is not what we're not working on your phone. You're working on your laptop.
Yeah, this one too. I'll just play that.
You need a
If
cord.
anything like
There
that,
be Kofi. What you need is a cord. Phone to laptop. Everybody
I'll
has that
send it
cord.
through the Bluetooth. Yes, I'll send it.
Yes,
I'll do
yes. Do that, please. Do
that.
that.
Okay, sir.
We are waiting for you. So Isaiah, have you been able to unzip it? Have you put it on the page?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it to the software. Or should I put it to on the WhatsApp page?
No. Look at my screen. Or you are not seeing my screen. Let me see. I don't know what you are looking at.
I've seen your screen. I've seen your screen. That's what I'm coming to do now.
Yes. So yeah, just want to know how far you move it. So the layer map, every time you see the left hand side is the map layer you're having over there. Map layers is a topic we treated in class. So anytime we open the software and then you see this, you should know what we are dealing with. That these are the layers that we've been talking about. So here we have 2 layers. You can have more. Okay. Now, when you overlay, we expect that the 2 layers should have something common to them because they are referring to the same place. All right.
Yeah.
Now, so the assumption is that we actually dealing with the same coordinate reference system. Okay. So if you're dealing with the same coordinate reference system, you see that at the top here we have a water body there. So that the color used there is blue. Now, because this is also, it's properly overlaid, we are having water here as well. Okay. All right. So we are going to change the opacity so that you can even appreciate it more. Now look at the side. The sea is here. So I don't know which one this one is, but the sea, whether the Indian Ocean or Pacific or whatever, is you can see down here to the sea is there. Are you okay? All right. Now, if we didn't have the sea there, that would be an error. Why? Because if I actually switch off the layers, are you okay? If I put off the layers, if I put this one off, you see that we have a certain agreement. Look at it carefully. you see that there is a certain agreement between the top layer, except for the down parts. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Where we have, because what we've actually georeferenced is a map. It's a map we've georeferenced. Oh, what am I even saying? So exactly. So we're saying that the layer FL West Palm Beach is actually georeferenced. Okay, that is why it's nicely overlain. That is why it's nicely overlaid. Please try and understand it so that you can get good answers for your end of semester examination. I'll be just asking you questions like, I don't know. My questions don't change much. Are you okay? But then people always don't get a high score. So if you ask yourself, it means they've not been supplying the right answers. Okay. So, but I'm not really mean. I'm not mean. I just want us to talk and I appreciate it. It's not that difficult. All right. So let's now do the digitizing, on-screen digitizing. It's okay. On-screen digitizing. So how do we do it? So I'll be putting the steps in the chat area. Okay. So one of the things we can do, we can actually digitize straight from the OpenStreetMap, which is actually some sort of web map server. Is that okay? Which we are not talking about. It's not, it's a bit advanced for you to appreciate, but it's like 7 maps on the web. I mean, that's exactly what it is. So it's not even complicated for anybody who's living in the 21st century. Is that okay? So, but then because some of you don't have good internet, I will not assume that all of you can access this web map service because someone will pull it, it will not work. So for this tutorial, we will not use the OpenStreetMap to digitize, which we could have. But anyway, the interesting thing about OpenStreetMap is that you don't have to digitize it. You can just download it anyway and get a vector data set. So we are going to ignore the Google OpenStreetMap, not the Google. So I'm going to remove the layer, right click, and then you get that. So if you've pulled your FL West Palm Beach layer on, you'll be seeing this. So we want to digitize parts of it. Is that okay? So when you look closely at this image, you can see that we have water bodies, we have vegetation. Okay, the purpose of this class is to show you how digitizing is done. So you can zoom closer. The reason the file is so big. So now listen to this again carefully. The reason the file is so big is because the resolution is high. You see, I go closer, I'm able to see the map, some parts of the map in very close detail. It's looking nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if the resolution wasn't good, you wouldn't be able to see some of these things. It'll be blurred. So please zoom closer and appreciate, you know, some parts of the map. We are going to digitize it. We are assuming that this map was created by, you know, someone, you know. Kofi, are you good now? Patrick, have you downloaded the data? Okay, so we are going to assume that this map has been created. Okay. So we are going to assume that this map is very useful to our project area. We are supposed to do some serious work here, but so we're going to extract some parts of it that are of relevance. Okay, so this is education. All right, we are going to extract parts which are actually like vegetation. We're interested in that. And we are going to get some lines as well. So I see a road network. If I see the rail, I'm interested in the rail. So we are going to digitize the rail. The symbology for the rail, you see this line here. It's this black line with some dashes, you know, which are actually going across, a short dashes. Yes. So that way we are assuming, if I normally, that should be a rail, nothing more. All right. And it makes sense. There's a sugar plant here. So if there's a rail going there, Atlantic coastline, normally, yeah. So in London like this, they have what they call northern line. That means it's a train going in the northern direction. So it makes sense. We are going to, and it goes all the way to the mail. We are going to digitize the rail. So you can write it down. We'll digitize the rail as a line. We pick a lake. You can pick any lake you like, but I want everyone to pick a sizable lake. I'd be like, well, it shouldn't be that big. Just pick, you can pick this one at the top, okay? Digitize it. What I don't want is you're not doing anything. That's what I don't want. The learning process is just hard work. If I've come to realize, it's not really about how intelligent you are, it's about just hard work. Okay, so you can even choose to do this. This one is a river, so doing it as a polygon, it's subjective anyway. So we'll do some water bodies, do some vegetation. You can do this part of the vegetation. You don't have to do the whole area, okay? Then we are going to do some points as well. So let's see if we can have some interesting points to digitize. We can pick that. Let's pick points on the map that are interesting. Anybody who finds something that they want us to do, you can bring it up. I see sugar camp. I see the mail. I see water. Kofi, have you downloaded it? Have you opened it like the way we've done it? Are you able to? You said you use Bluetooth. Yes. You said you use Bluetooth.
I'm trying to send it. I'm trying to send it into my laptop, and they said preparing for extract, and it's still pending.
No, you should extract it. You should simply send it, and then once it gets there, then you now, you do unzip it on your laptop. That's the way you do it. Laptop. Okay. So switch off your video. Kofi, switch off your video so that you can have enough bandwidth. For now, you switch off your video.
Okay.
Then use the send it like a picture. That's why I've zipped it. Into your laptop. Okay. The age that we are in, if you don't have good network, you are not part of the world. Literally, that's what it is. So I told you guys that if you are going to do it online like this, you got to get some good network. Always, seriously. It's expensive, but how can you do? Okay, so we are going to pick the facilities. Is okay. So there's a list. I'm going to the chat. So the layers that we are going to digitize are facilities, facility locations. We will digitize railways. Then we'll digitize lakes. Then we do excuse me, vegetation. Okay, so this is some of the fundamental things you can do in the GIS. You should be able to do reference, you should be able to do on-screen digitizing attribute table, build an attribute table. Is that okay? And then you can say you are familiar with GIS. Okay, at the end of this course, if you don't get it, easy to get it. All right, guys. So someone's baby is crying. Please. Hello, baby. I love you, but for now, yeah. Please switch off your microphone. Okay, so example of facilities, you pan through. So I'm using the pan tool that we learned last week. Sugar plants is here. Sugar plants camp. This sugar camp. Sugar plants. Sugar camp. You get it?
Yeah.
It reminds me of something in history, eh? Sugarcane farms, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, you say yeah. Tell me more. I bet you can tell me more about.
Perhaps you were careful.
Have you heard of the sugarcane plantations of
Yeah.
the 19th century, 18 something, when during the slave trade?
No.
They took a lot of black people, the Africans, to go and so I don't know. This is quite historical and it's okay. Anyway,
Yes.
okay. So you see, before you do any task, you need to understand what I'm doing. I'm talking plenty, but once we start doing it, you get confused. That means you were not listening. You thought what I was saying was nonsense. So follow what I'm saying. I think we are good. We're gonna do this. I'm telling you what we're doing. We're gonna just click on the map and then we'll create a new layer. And then this new layer will not be raster. So what we have here is a raster layer.
Raster layer.
We are going to create a vector layer. The difference is very simple. There's no attribute table for the raster layer. The raster layer is more like a picture, and there's a value everywhere you go on it. So everywhere here, you find a value.
Yeah.
We're going to create another layer here. All right. So we're going to create more layers here. And then these layers are going to be vector. That means that they're going to be discrete. So we have the two words are discrete and continuous. Raster is continuous data. Okay, they work very well with continuous data. And then vector is discrete. In other words, it's very defined, well defined. Are you okay? All right. And of course, it means the values don't exist everywhere. So when we create the layer, we also create an attribute. Another word for an attribute is characteristic. So we pick something like the sugar camp, and then we are going to simply give some attributes. All right. So let me go to my whiteboard. I'll explain all this when we start. No confusion. Is that okay? That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. So let me go to my whiteboard and show you the attributes that we'll be using for the various layers. So if you go to the chart area, I've listed the layers in the chart area. Have a look at it. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm going to put the same thing here on the page. So attributes. So let me share my whiteboard. Okay. So when we take,
we can see.
Okay, great. So we have objects or features. So in geography, you want to use the word feature. So they have attributes. Every object that we are representing has what attributes. Attributes. Okay. So example will be, so let me just put in a test. Where is this test pass? Okay. Okay, so if you look at the layers that we have, you can see that we can now say for the facilities, the name of the facility, I get that. So name, that's an attribute. Who can give me more attributes of, we've done this in class. We're doing it again. More attributes of facilities, a facility.
What?
I want attributes of a facility, railway, attributes of a railway.
Speed, okay. Speed limit.
Name of service, I don't know. Sometimes you have, like northern line, like the name we saw over there. Are you okay? We saw this name of something line over there. Okay. We can just keep it at that. Speed limit. I don't know.
Route.
Yeah, route name. I mean name of service. Okay, route number. Things like that. Yeah. That's good. Lake.
What name? What name?
Name of the lake, isn't it?
Yes, please.
Activities like normally people go on lakes, boating. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
can we do on that lake? Are you okay? Whatever, salty, that would be Boolean. Okay, so that will bring us to what we call data types. Okay, so we are going to be storing data. The name will be a string, a text. So this is the object or the feature, attributes, attribute name. These are attribute names. Then the actual value, attribute value. So I want to distinguish between the actual, attribute name and then the attribute value. So what is the attribute value for facility name? Example will be what? What is an example of a facility name? Give me an example. Give anything at all will do. You can call it. So these facilities, we had the sugar camp. Okay. So we can call it anything at all. Ipswich sugar camp. Are you getting that?
Yeah.
Or like if we're in Ghana, we'll be calling it, just that we don't have these things in Ghana. So we are dealing with a place outside Ghana. So in Ghana, we would have called Esuchari. Are you getting that? Esuchari farm, something like that. Esuchari farm. So this is a keyword. I don't know any other local name we can use for it. The rest are all English. Are you okay? So these are attribute. I've just given you 2 attribute values. Okay, can you give me typical values for speed limit?
5.
Yeah, you can have
200.
Have you been driving? If you've been driving 60
250
per hour. Oh,
kilometers
YouTube.
per hour.
Oh, but Belega, serious, Isaiah, do you think that do you drive?
Yes, I drive.
You drive 250. Don't you think it's too much?
We're using train.
Okay, it's train. Of course, it's a speed train. Thank you very much. Great. Isaiah, I like the way you trick me. All right, so now we can have more. So we need to think outside the box. When it comes to vegetation, we can also put a few attribute names. So use your discretion when we get there. Don't let me explain too much what that is. So let's go back to the software, and then we are going to start the actual, what we call the on-screen digitizing. Okay, so to start it, you go to layer, create layer, new shapefile layer. Okay, so this time I've done a screenshot and I'm putting it on the page. So if you're not sure, just go there. So that's the steps that we are using. Everyone should do this. Do that. Layer, create layer, new shapefile layer. That will bring you to the dialog box you see here. Okay. And with this, we want to start by giving it a file name. To give a file name, you click on the button at the corner. Okay. So this button here, click it. And then you give it a file name. Then you also choose geometry type. We will start with points. Let's start with points. Okay. Start with points. Then we go into our layer lists, and then we know the one that we are looking for. So points up here, I need to now choose a location. Kofi, are you with us? Sadiq, are you with us? Hassan, are you with us? And I think Patrick is gone, isn't it? He's giving me the attitude. I'll deal with him. Don't worry. I can handle him. So let's look for a location, create a folder, always be organized. Kofi, now you're watching video. Instead of you to download the thing, have you downloaded it?
Okay, I've downloaded. I don't know whether it's my laptop or it's not appearing right. I have opened the thing, but
don't open it. I said extract. Right click it, and when you right click it, then you see uncompress, decompress, whatever. Like unzip. There are different. You just open it out. There's something inside that file. That's what you need.
I have the way that thing has appeared.
How has it appeared? Like what? Like a woman, or how has, how has it appeared? Anyway,
I want you to
you shape file.
So I'm creating a folder to put the new thing in there. Let me show you if I can show you what I'm doing now. Not this one. It's this one I just opened. Do you see my Explorer?
Sir.
Do you see my Explorer? I'm moving it now. Do you see it being moved?
No, sir.
Save layers. Okay, don't worry. So I'm actually in my Explorer and I'm creating a folder to store my layers. Is that okay for the tutorial? So I'm calling the folder layers. Then I'm now I'm typing in a name for the file. This one is Windows. If you can't do this, I mean, you just don't know computers. Call me, give me some 2,000 Ghana cedis. I'll teach you how you should use a computer. If you can't do what I'm doing, you're saving a file into a particular directory. You can't do that. It's pathetic. We should be crying. Honestly, it's sad. Anyway, so now I'm going to call this. I'm going into my layer list. In the chat, in the Zoom, which layer is points? Is that okay? Are you with me?
Yes, please.
So in the list of layers, which one is points? Facility locations, is that also?
Yes.
But why were you struggling to give me the answer?
No, sir. I wasn't seeing. I was looking at your screen. My mind was on the screen. How you are going to?
Hey, your mind, where your mind is. Okay, anyway. So when you are naming a file, put it to your mind. Everyone, listen to me clearly. Don't leave spaces. Always put underscores.
Okay.
Or don't put any spaces. Nobody wants a space. So facility underscore locations. That's what I'm calling all the locations I'll be digitizing as points. So save. I click save. So on my screen, in my dialog box, you see that I now have a file path to a directory, file name with facility location.shp. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you hold on here. Let's try it. If you get to this point.
Yes, I'm waiting for you. I'm patient, please. I don't let the people think that I'm not patient. I'm patient. Okay, so the meeting will end in 10 minutes. When it ends, as usual, let's rejoin and see how far we go with it. So I'm waiting for you. You can communicate. Tell me what's happening at your end. Hassan is not doing anything. Sadiq is not doing. Don't forget, I'm your examiner. You can't play with me. Is that okay? I don't hear you. I don't know what you're doing. It's a tutorial. It has to be interactive. If you're in the class, let me fill you, please.
So the file name, I don't really know.
You can't do this in the UK. You can't do this in the US. You can't come into a class and just be quiet. Let's know what you're doing. Is that okay? What are you doing? You got to tell us. You owe us.
I'm lost at the file name, sir. And
yeah, so if I had not called your name, you wouldn't tell me. You just be there. I'm lost there. You lost.
I would have.
You don't tell us what you're doing. Yeah.
I would have, sir.
Okay, so talk to me.
I
haven't had lunch. You know, a man who is hungry is an angry man. Anyway, what's the challenge?
Geometry type, those points. Now the file
name. Have you been able
name
to name the file name?
Actually, I don't know the file that you just saved. Is it the same that we're using?
You see, there's a button to the right This button, can you see my cursor?
Yes.
That button, when you press it, then it
Yeah,
will
it will
open
take
another window. Now from there,
Yes.
if you know computers, you know what to do. You agree?
Okay,
No.
sir. Yes.
Okay. So if you are struggling there, I don't know how I can show you.
I've done that.
Who's done that? Isaiah, yeah, he is struggling, not you. You say you are okay, right?
No, not really.
Why? What's happening? You said you've done that. Now you say you are not okay.
Yes, I'm where you are now.
Oh, but we are helping Hassan. Hassan is able to do something. So you are okay. So let's look at Hassan for now.
All right.
Hassan, so what's the challenge? What window comes up? You will see save layer as. Are you seeing that box?
Sir, what I meant was,
yes.
I didn't know it was an empty file, actually. You just created an empty file, right?
Yes, we are actually creating a file. So you just save it.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I did. I
You
thought
are
it was
thinking
you
too
put
far.
something in it.
You are thinking too far.
That's why I said I'm confused.
Yes.
I was lost, but I'm okay now.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now, if you actually done that, now don't close anything. In tutorials are like that. They are like going to war. You don't do what you've not been asked to do. The whole thing messes up. Now let's go to where we save the file. All of us, let's go to Windows Explorer. So if you go to Windows Explorer, hopefully I'm sharing my Windows Explorer. I'm going to show you where I save mine. I save mine in desktop GIS tutorial layers. So you to go to where you've saved it. Now here, people don't know where they save things. So now they're asking themselves, where did I put it? So, okay. But if we are all okay, open it up. You see that I have an empty folder. Leave that place like that. We'll be going back there. Open it. You see an empty folder. This folder is empty. Minimize it and come back to GIS, the QGIS. Are we on the same page? I need responses. Say I've done that. Say I'm not able to do it. Let me have that interaction going on. Isaiah, this is why I need you to speak. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Why? Your mouth is paining you. You can't say, you can't talk.
Oh, no. I'm going to where I save mine.
But you are not there yet, right?
I'm here.
Have you found the folder?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
It's empty?
Yes, it's empty.
I need your responses. I can just keep going like that. But if you're not going to be talking to me, I have to be asking you every time. I wouldn't know where you are. Are you with me?
Yeah, trying to find a file, as you mentioned earlier.
There's no file. That's what I said. No file. Make sure it's an empty folder.
Yeah,
But and minimize it.
So we're coming.
Something very simple.
I went off and came back, so I don't know where you got this black background. Where?
What are you saying?
I said my network was not stable, so when I came back,
I told you to get a good network. Now you told yourself, no, I won't get good network. You can't tell me to get good. So now you are struggling. You think I'll listen to you. Patrick, you don't have even an excuse. I told you for a tutorial, if it means something to you, go to a place where you can get good network. This is Africa. When I advise you, listen to me. I'm an African lecturer. You don't have good network. You are struggling in life because of that. This tutorial, you can't enjoy it. You can't learn anything. Simple as that. So that's not part of the tutorial. That's I don't have good network. Please. Okay, so point is we've chosen point as geometry type. We've set our file name. Then the next thing is to actually indicate the coordinate system. Is that okay? That we want to actually use for this purpose. Is that okay? So we have WGS 84, which is actually longitude and latitude. So when you look in the map at the bottom of the coordinates, you see that we are at
We're not seeing your screen. We're only.
Okay, I'm showing you something else. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so back here, I'm just saying that when it comes to this EPSJ, if you see this EPSJ 43 for 20, what do you have there? You see there's
EPSG 4326.
26, very good. That is the longitude and latitude. Is that okay? So it's a coordinate system. So that's the coordinate system that our data set is in. So it's picked it. Are you okay? All right. Now, so we are going to finish this, then we'll, in the next, I don't know, I don't think we can even finish. We have just 2 minutes for this session to end. This is where we are going to put in the attributes. The attributes are like fields or columns in a table. The whole table is the feature or the object, and the attributes are in there like fields or columns. So every column represents one attribute and its values, and all the rows represent typical objects of that particular, feature. Do you understand what I said? Do you understand what I just said? We come back and I'll explain it further. But do you understand what I just said? Hassan, do you understand what I just said?
Well, we'll come back again.
No, I'm just saying that, do you understand what I said? That's the question. Answer the question and just don't say your own thing. Do you understand what I said or not?
No, sir.
Okay, so it means you're not fluent. Kofi, do you understand what I said?